Hello guys, and welcome back to the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough featuring Coffee the Ranger. We left off, we had reached the Druid Encampment, and we were going around exploring, talking to everyone. We're going to finish that today, but before we do, I think we want to head to the camp because we need switch Gale to a sorcerer quick. Now, in case anyone is wondering why I'm making a Gale a sorcerer, it's because initially I think, at least from what I have seen and tested, that sorcerer is just better because of the meta magic feats. Later in the game, you can get some pretty powerful spells that are only available on scrolls, and then he can learn those, and at that point we may switch back to wizard because it'll probably be slightly better. But until that point, we're going to just make him a sorcerer. So let's just go ahead and do that real quick.
Not this one, nor this one, and this one are less worthy still.
Less worthy still, more riddles from my resident jester.
I riddle thee not. I speak only what requires telling. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Will these hirelings be joining me willingly?
Most willingly, forsooth. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them.
All right. Do you think I can trust these cultists?
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake.
Fantastic. All right. So just to say this right off jump, we will not be using hirelings because there is no reason to. Anything we could do with the hireling, we could just simply re-roll any of our allies here to do the same things. So, all right, so sorcerer, bone chill, this could come in handy. Blade ward is always nice. Light is also decent, but we're gonna go with this. Magic missile is perfect for a level 1. Chromatic orb is obviously quite nice. Shield is good. Color spray is good, but Thunderwave has the most utility, I think, to start. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. In my previous playthrough, I did Draconic Bloodline. I think I want to try... Let's just try Storm Sorcery, because I've never done it. Seems like it could be entertaining. The reason why Draconic Bloodline is so good is because of the Dragon Ancestors. And obviously with those, you're going to pick whatever is going to give you... At level 6, spells that deal fire damage are more powerful, and you can become resistant to fire damage. So this is nice. It makes you later on also hit harder with whatever element you're choosing. So it's handy, but not strictly necessary because you're already going to be hitting like a freight train anyway. So we're going to try Storm Sorcery. Just I'm interested to see. That works perfect. And if I don't like it, I will switch it over to the Draconic Bloodline later. Nice. I think we're going to take Witch Bolt mainly because it'll give us, if we're running out of spell slots, this will just give us, as long as we maintain concentration, basically free spell every turn. So Twin Spell is quite nice to start. Spells that only target one creature can target an additional creature. This is handy. Distant Spell is also handy. So we'll run with those two to start. Yeah, Quicken Spell is fantastic. Spells that cost an action cost a bonus action instead. This is great. So essentially this will allow us, if we have the sorcery points to use it, it'll allow us to get 2 spells cast a turn.
Finally, some good fortune. Come morning, we know what to do. I can't wait to get this thing out of my head.
So what will come next for you once this is all over?
Head to Baldur's Gate. Someone's waiting for me.
Oh yes, who?
Let a girl have some secrets. Was there anything else?
We're not gonna do that. How are you feeling?
The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do?
No hesitations. I'd just end your misery then and there.
Wise. Though, I hope you'd miss me after I'm gone. I think I would if the positions were reversed. But you're right. If we're to make it through all this, there can be no room for hesitation. You're doing well. It's a beautiful night. I think I'll stay up to enjoy it while I still can. Rest well.
You'd miss me, but you barely know me.
You know, I've been thinking, reflecting on what tomorrow might bring. When we arrive at this Gith crash, will we find out how to bring the worm under control? Will this little adventure of ours be over?
It doesn't have to be. We can still travel together.
Good. I don't want you to run off just yet. You're quite the ally after all. Traversing Avernus, surviving the crash, surviving everything that's followed. I'm not easily impressed by people, but you're stronger than I gave you credit for.
True, I am pretty impressive. I thought you didn't like me.
You have your charms. More than you think.
The smile on his pretty lips is a touch too composed, a bit too perfect. He may not mean a word he says.
Watch yourself, Astarion.
Oh, you're no fun. Sleep tight. I'll see you later. I'm sure.
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears.
What do you mean by the
Look above.
tears?
Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crash. Clear.
Are all Githyanki from the tears?
Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Clear is one of many. It's there I first saw a Kithrak mount a red dragon. Where I slit my cousins' throats at the Vash's command. But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
Nervous. I don't like the idea of that thing in my
It's natural
brain.
to suffer a touch of worry, but an illithid worm should be causing more than mild anxiety. Before the illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, I've showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
Something special about us, or at least about our tadpoles.
Indeed. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
Indeed. All right, so first things first, let's do this. We're gonna talk to the cows.
That doesn't matter.
You're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint.
There's something strange about this ox. What is it? I will probably fail, but we're gonna try regardless.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
There's more to you than meets the eye. Care to explain?
No, you are incapable.
Huh, come on, old chap. I'm a devil for gossip. No, come on. There we go.
I'll tell you this much. I'm going to Baldur's Gate, with or without the rest of these poor sods. Now, that's all I have to say besides, and I really mean this, moo. Nothing here for you.
Another one. What are you under there then? Ant? Or rocks?
What are you
The
talking?
keepers of this place. They change their form to fit their need. They become birds to hunt on the wing, bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
Shiny bits?
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
I love it. That's so fantastic.
Be gone. I am hungry.
Shiny bits.
Hells! We can't just leave. They're kin!
I'll not gamble our lives, our futures, on people who are as good as dead. We must leave for Baldur's Gate at once.
Can we all just take a moment, please?
What's the point in blazing spells if we don't bloody use them? We should stay! These people aren't fighters. We can help!
Or yell louder. That's fine too.
I'd choose the wilderness over the dangers of a city any day. Stay.
What? The dangers of overpriced taverns and muddy streets? I think I'll take that risk.
The city's not going anywhere. I'm staying. We're needed here.
Zerg! Fine. We'll stay. If we survive, it'll make for a good story, I suppose.
Thank you, Roland.
I'd die if I met Eroica reeking of this place.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
Seldarine. You must outsmart and outmaneuver. Your greatest weapon is your cunning.
Thanks. I prefer when they smile.
Oh! Hey! You're one of those drow, right? I heard stories about you. How you all live underground and steal kids away.
You're thinking of the Lothsworn. Should you see a pair of red eyes, run.
Oh. Okay. Hey. Would you like to see something fun? Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
Take the ring.
Call it. Heads or tails?
Pocket the ring.
Hey, hold on. You gotta pay for that.
You're getting paid in experience. The ring is mine. No, it's only a joke.
Real sweet sense of humor you got there, chum. Anyways, you gotta call before the flip. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads it is. See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested?
Hold on. One coin toss doesn't prove anything.
Fair. Let's go again. Heads or tails? Call it.
Tails.
Tails! There. Happy?
Here. Not yet. Flip the coin again.
Really? I mean, fine. Heads or tails?
How about side? On its side.
Heads it is. There. Happy?
Mister, come on. Okay.
I've never
Heads
done
or
that dialogue. This is great.
Tails! There. Happy? Fine. Heads or tails? Heads it is. There. Happy?
No.
Heads or tails?
He's getting upset.
Tails! There. Happy? You're killing me here, mister. You really are. Just take the ring, huh? Free sample. Now, you want to take a look at the other stuff I got? Or maybe you just want to go?
Leave.
Thank the gods. Time to go. Did I do good?
Oh, shoot. Did he take something from me? No. Okay. We're trying to avoid him taking stuff from us. That was funny.
Let my daughter go right now! She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Korga's judgment. Now get back! Oh, let me through, Mragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out! Come, Magrin, give him a chance. You, step back. We'll not tolerate drow in here.
I'm not looking for trouble. Can't you just let me by?
No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Why would she allow one of them? I suppose so. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead, but a word of warning. One wrong move and every single animal here will tear you apart.
Please. I'm sorry.
This is madness, Korga. She's just a...
A what, Wrath? A thief? A poison? A threat? I will imprison the devil. And I will cast out every stranger.
Imprison her? She's just a child.
She's a parasite. She eats our food, drinks our water, then steals our most holy idol in thanks. Wrath, lock her up. She remains here until the rite is complete. And keep still, devil. Tila is restless.
Come, Korga. We took back the idol. Surely...
Do it.
Nature. Don't druids cherish harmony? Jailing the girl disrupts nature's balance. Nice.
I hear the Tree Father's spirit in your words. It is as you say. Sifisif, Tila, to me. Out, thief. My grace has its limits.
It hurts.
Thank you, Korga. Master Halsin...
Halsin isn't here. Keep his name off your tongue, lest Tila pierce it.
Okay.
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Sure. Rather important, no less. All right. Go ahead.
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived
Not
some
really.
perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you got Korga to release the girl. In short, I've grown to trust you.
Well, thanks.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
I think I might have a dock leaf in my bag or some medicinal berries.
Thank you for the offer, but the treatment for my condition is very specific. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Your illness causes you to consume raw magic? I'm going to need the
I can say no more
details.
on the
Indeed.
matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
+1 dagger. Nom 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 nom. Just a snack. Where do you suggest we find the artifacts
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
I expected as much. Happy to help.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact. We've such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you.
I know that look. You're wondering why I was in pain before. Let's just clear the air about that now. It's just an old wound that hurts me from time to time. Nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing to do with the tadpoles, at least, in case your imagination is in danger of getting away from you. It's just something I have to live with.
Does it hurt?
Quite a lot, if I'm being honest. But it always passes quickly, so I can manage.
You sure it's not connected to the tadpoles?
You can trust me on that.
Okay.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
Right.
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little?
You must have thoughts about our
Must
little
have.
stowaways.
Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. I'm not too hopeful that a Gith Kresh will actually prove our salvation, but worth keeping in mind. I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
No reason for us not to stay together.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Seems personal, I won't
Thank
cry.
you. And you're right. It's a delicate matter. Not something for light conversation.
How am I holding up?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them.
Okay. Leave.
A deep elf. In our grove. On this day. A sign. Or rather, a gift. Who better to understand a watchful broodmother than a beloved child of Loth?
I'm not a child of Loth. I have no love for the Queen of Spiders.
Indeed. But you do exhibit a talent for self-preservation. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. Is it not her nature to strike at invaders?
No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanus, and the rite is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm, free of intruders.
You can't just force these people
I am
out.
first druid now. I protect the circle, whatever the cost. You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire. I want you to provide your services to the tiefling leader. Zevlor, he's called. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
And it seems I'd best speak to
You will
Zevlor.
do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
I love how she acts like she could just order us around. And she can, of course, because we're gonna do what she says, because we have to.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
Wait patiently.
This may be kept. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what? Drow. Last time I saw one of you folk, he tried to slit me open. I hope you're more agreeable.
Where did you see
That's
another
neither here nor
drow?
there. Look, you obviously want something. What is it?
I'm looking for Nettie.
You found her, but I still don't know what she can do for you.
You know anything
Why are
about
you
mind
asking?
flayers? Something crawled into my eye. No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
Indeed.
I'll do what I can. Come, follow me. I might be able to help. Don't worry about him on the table. I'm not in the habit of killing drow. He attacked Master Halsin and I in the woods, leading a pack of goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
He and I have the same kind of parasite.
Seems so. Gave Master Halsin a right start. It's why he joined the adventurers on their expedition. To find out what was happening. A pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them. Still, we have options. All right. Let's see what we can do.
Thank you. I'll take anything
Of
that can
course.
help.
Now, tell me what's been happening. Any symptoms? Strange events?
I can merge my mind with anyone else's that's infected.
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
Mind flayer ship.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself. This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Indeed.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more. Master Halsin and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on. Because you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
What do you mean, should be
Mind flayers
changing?
reproduce by infecting someone with their parasite. 7 gruesome days later, the victim transforms and a new mind flayer is born. The thing in your skull, though, It's different to anything in our records. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
So you think it's only a matter of time?
But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why. When Master Halsin heard the adventurers were heading that way, he saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite. If you can find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
Great.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath.
Okay. Oh, that was a lot.
Do my eyes deceive me? A drow! Here! Forgive my surprise. It's rare to find your kind above ground. Rare and intriguing on a day already packed with intrigue. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
Fine, ask your questions.
Lordy. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
Common variety goblins, led by a lasher and flanked by booyogs.
My, a scholar after my own heart. Spent much time among goblins?
I'm not unfamiliar with their kind,
Shocking
certainly.
little creatures, aren't they? Still, there's quite a bit more to them than most accounts allow. I myself plan to record the world's most extensive catalogue of their means and habits. A blue ocean of information, I dare say. Now, I've a few more questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
And the dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
I think there's been a misunderstanding. What do you want exactly?
The truth, my friend. Not a jot more or less. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Indeed.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed. I've interrogated one, a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
Hold your
Never
tongue.
you mind. I'm on my way to their camp as we speak. I always knew my studies in Gukliak would come to some use.
Be careful, goblins aren't known for mercy.
Oh, never you mind. Who needs mercy when you've a quick tongue, hmm? And an invisibility potion stashed in your back pocket. Until we meet again.
Let me put on this. Not proficient with musical instrument. I'm aware. Although, I don't know if I can pass performance checks. I think it's gonna be miserable.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become more like butchering. Don't know why I bother.
Are you alright?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. at the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
Let me see if I can help.
It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want.
Hand me that loot. We can perform together.
I'll start from the beginning. I'll take it slow. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
I'm gonna fail miserably. Play along with her. Oh yeah, this is gonna suck. Last inspiration. Oh, hey, we actually did it.
Words of mine will turn to ash when you cool the last light down.
Keep time with her. Oh, I gotta do this again? Oh, goodness. Hey, there we go.
Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend. Sorry.
Don't worry, cry as much as you need.
She'd have said the same thing. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
Sounds terrible, I'm sorry.
It was awful. I couldn't look at a lute without hearing her screaming. I'd forgotten what it was like. That itch to perfect a song. Keep the lute, please. You've earned it. The Weeping
Nice.
Dawn will be my gift to Lihala. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
Nice. All right, guys. We're gonna continue just long enough where we can actually get into a battle here.
Shh. Listen.
You shouldn't be standing out in the water.
Don't you hear it? It's so peaceful.
I don't hear anything. Come back to shore.
No, it's just a bit of water. I only want to listen. Just a little closer. Yes, everything's gonna be fine once I get there.
All right, well, we all resisted, so that was some luck. Well, apparently not all of us. Lazel is way over here now. Nice.
I will have your head, Harpy.
All right, so what can we do? From here, probably not a lot of anything. Nice. Ow. Oh, lovely.
Let's finish this.
Look at that, guys. That's why we did it. Perfect.
Rough tempest I will raise.
Beautiful. And we'll do it again. This is why sorcerers are absurd. We're level 3 and we got 2 attacks. Isn't that nuts?
No time for mercy.
There.
What is this? I will have your head, harpy.
Onward.
Nice. A wolf does his job.
Never wanted the easy path.
Are they gone?
Soothe the child with the calming tooth.
Who are you?
Shadowheart.
Wow. I'm Mercon. Oh no. I had to get the gold from the nest. Mole will be so mad. I got to go. Wait, you should meet Mole. She'll be grateful you helped me. Find a boy called Donny. Tell him you want to see the dragon's lair.
Sure thing. Talk to this guy.
That scamp reminds me of myself when I was a nipper. Always getting into trouble.
Met with a lot of harpies,
And
did you?
Worse. One time, my parents denied me a kitten, so I summoned myself a Tressim. Ah, dear old Tara. Beautiful creature. Benefits of a wizard's education, you see. Of course, my considerable talent didn't hurt either. Well, that depends on who you ask, I suppose. I may have summoned things rather more exotic than a winged cat.
Such
There
as?
was that magma mephit once. Nice fellow, we kept in touch. Of course, in walked the housekeeper, screaming, yelling, panic, and before you know it, fire everywhere. Anyway, I'm glad we got that boy out of his predicament. Poor lad would have been harpy feed if it wasn't for us.
Yeah, you're right. All right, guys, this seems like the perfect place to stop. Off camera, I'll just loot all this real quick so we can continue our adventure in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like and subscribe and keep an eye out, for there will be many more episodes in the future. And yes, liking and subscribing definitely helps me and the channel tremendously. Okay, guys, take care and have great days.